What's up, Guillotine Gang? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we got an early look at the highly anticipated 2025 Air Jordan 1 Shattered Backboards that's set to release this upcoming August 22nd for a retail price of $190 USD. And this pair that we have today did come by way of the shock drop that Nike did on July the 12th on the sneakers app. And I was lucky enough to hit, so that is the pair that we will be taking a look at today. So let's go ahead and get into this review. And first off, taking a look at the packaging, Nike decided to go with that shattered backboard themed box. And in my opinion, I think this is the dopest box that Nike has came out with. But again, it does have that broken glass design to the box. It is like a charcoal grayish black box. Now you do have that starfish orange Nike branding on it. It is in a gloss orange. Just a quick look at the side of the box. As you can see, that broken glass thing runs throughout the box. And taking a look at the sizing tag, it reads Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG. Colorway is black sail starfish. And of course, we picked this up at the size 12. And jumping underneath the lid of the box, you do have your stamp code. And you have your standard white Nike paper. This is double papered. And you have it, guys, Air Jordan 1 2025 Shattered Backboards. Give you a quick 360 of the shoe, and then we'll go over some of the details of it. Here's a quick shot at the lateral side of the shoe. Let's look at the medial side of the shoe. Here's an overhead shot of the toe box, moving up into the tongue. Here's a shot at the rear of the shoe. Very nice hourglass shape. And last but not least, you have your outsole. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and jump into the shoe. As most of you probably know, the Shattered Backboards, synonymous for leather quality. For the past decade to a decade and a half, all I've heard from content creators is the quality of the 2015, I believe, Shattered Backboards. The leather on that shoe is the standard of quality, so they say. So jumping into the shoe, first thing I noticed that's different from the original Shattered Backboards is the oversized Nike swoosh. Also, the shape of the toe box. And I really do like that. I was somewhat indifferent on the original Shattered Backboards with the smaller Nike swoosh. It just kind of looked off place in my opinion. So I really do love this oversized Nike swoosh on this newer version. And also like this raised Air Jordan Wings logo versus the embossed Wings logo on the original. But before we jump into all that, let's go ahead and start from top to bottom, starting with the sock liner. And it does come standard with your black neoprene mesh sock liner. And moving into the heel collar section, you do have your standard black leather. Feels okay, nothing too major. Very nice bounce back to the cushioning that's in the sock liner and the ankle support area. Very nice bounce back. And moving into the ankle collar strap, I will say that this leather, starfish orange leather, it does feel pretty good. Comes in, I would say slightly to medium tumbled leather. And moving into the side panels, this as well, I would say is a mid to medium tumbled texture as well. And this could vary from shoe to shoe. We'll take a look at the other shoe in comparison just to see how consistent they got with the tumbled texture of each shoe and each panels. We'll take a look at that shortly. And guys, hopefully the color is coming through on camera because I was very intrigued on the color of the side panels on this 2025 pair because the 2015 pair, it had like a sail colorway to it on the side panels and also on the midsole. On this 2025 pair, the midsole is slightly sail. I was very curious about this side panel. In some angles of lighting, it does look to be somewhat pure white. But as I'm looking at it currently in my studio lights, it comes off as a slight sail tint to it. And that is one thing I did like on originals, that sail midsole. It made it look very nice and textured to the contrast of that starfish orange and sail. I think it complemented very well with this overall color blocking, the black toe color blocking. I really love that starfish orange with sail accents to it. Complements very well in my opinion. And again, we do have that oversized Nike swoosh, comes in the black leather. And I will say the black leathers on this shoe, it is nice to the touch. It feels decent quality. Moving out into the midsole, again, it is a slight hint of like that sail colorway. If you have the lost and found Jordan 1s, very similar to that colorway. Not very dark, but slightly tinted. Nice contrast to it. Jumping back to the lateral side of the shoe, let's take a look at that side panel. As you can see, this one is a little bit more tumbled on the side panels. Try to get you a closer look at that texture. And it does feel nice of quality. I won't say it's the softest to the touch, but it seems like it'll break in very good over time. Take for instance, the Jordan 1 High 85s. A lot of people can't stand that leather because it's a thicker cut, more stiff. But I did want to say real quick that I've been wearing my black and white High 85s to the gym for like 3 months, and that shoe is broke in beautifully. That stiff leather is gone. Very supple and soft leather. Again, it took me 3 to 4 months to break it in, but it feels amazing. Trust me. So I think this shoe probably will break in great over time, just from the feel of it. But let's take a look at that toe box shape. Again, this is a 2.0 update that Nike did on the Jordan High OGs. So you do have that shape, very nice shape. Give you a look at the texture on the toe box leather. It does have some slight tumble in it once you press in it. It does have a paper shoe tree in there, so it's not going fully down, but it does feel good. I will say that. And I must admit, all this time hearing sneaker content creators talk about the original Shattered Backboards quality of leather. When they announced this 2025 Shattered Backboard was released, and I was pumped up. I couldn't wait to see what this leather that I've been hearing about so much felt like. And once these early pairs started getting out of hand, you had some content creators that quickly shot down the leather quality on this shoe versus the original. So kind of put a damper on all that. But, you know, a lot of those guys, they like to parrot each other's commentary and, you know, start throwing that out to the community. And it is what it is, but I don't let them sway me because I personally judge the quality of my leather different from a lot of people. The more tumble in the leather doesn't mean the best quality, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm somewhat biased towards the High 85 leather cut, flat, thick cut. That's being more durable. So yeah, I'm biased towards that. But getting back into this shoe, I will say that it's probably a mixture between your current Air Jordan 1 High OGs. We had different colors of this shoe. We had the taxis, we had the green pairs. You also had the UNC pairs that had this same color blocking. You'll think it's basically the same thing. What I can say is I think it might be slightly a little bit better leather cuts than those shoes. As I stated earlier, I think it has the potential to break in excellent. Just by feeling the texture, the tautness to it. And some sections of the shoe gives you hope for that. Especially these ankle collar sections, very plush to the touch. As you can see, the leather texture, it just overall presses in nice, feels great to the touch. And I think it just gives you an overall idea of what the rest of the shoe can break in as, dealing with the side panels and especially the toe box. I think they probably will break in beautifully over time. But take a quick look at my left shoe. Just take an overall look and see how consistent they got with the overall tumble texture to the panels of the shoe. It's pretty much on par with the other shoe. Slightly, I would say, mid to medium texture. Take a look at that ankle collar section. Yeah, I think they got it pretty consistent with this pair. Here's a look at the medial side of each shoe. Pretty consistent tumble texture. Take a look at that toe box shape. Excellent shape. I really did like that 2.0 update to the shape of the toe box. Very nice and sleek. But yeah, guys, I think Nike did a okay job with this pair, consistency-wise. Only issues I did have with this pair was I had some glue stains right in this area. I'm not sure if it's picking up. And right here, has some slight little glue markings on the toe box on the either side of the shoe. That was pretty much it. So, nothing too major, just a couple little glue stains on it. But other than that, I think they did get the consistency pretty good on this pair. Get you another shot of that toe box. Very nice to the touch. I would say it's slightly better than your standards Jordan 1s, but nothing too major. I know this is highly anticipated re-release of the Shattered Backboards, so gotta call it like it is. I think that Nike heard a lot of the rumblings over the past decade or so about the sneaker community, putting this Shattered Backboard and the quality of the leather up on a pedestal. That is like the standard that a lot of people use to the current Jordan 1. So I know they hear that. So, dropping this shoe in 2025, in my opinion, man, you had to get that one right, because people was going to look for that quality. In my opinion, I think they should have threw the gamut at it, the most tumblest, softest leather they can outsource, and put it on this shoe. I don't think the time was to make it the same as the current Jordan 1 high OGs that release now. You had to do something different with it, in my opinion, as it goes towards the quality. But I will say, hey, this is a Shattered Backboard. I didn't get the original. I don't think I was in sneakers at the time. I think I had took like a 5-year break from buying sneakers. But I came back in, I think it was like 2016, maybe a year or two after the original Shattered Boards had released. I will say that, hey, they did re-release them to the public. So I was able to get my hands on them, so I can't be too mad at that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the insole. It does come with your thick paper shoe tree. Here's a look at the insoles. It does come with that Shattered Backboard design on the insole. Very dope. As you can see, the rim comes across each insole to create one rim, and you have your netting and of course the shattered glass. Shoe also comes with an extra set of laces in that starfish orange. But yeah, I absolutely love when Nike and Jordan Brand, they make their insoles digitally printed into the insole versus, like a paint that can chip off over time. These will be everlasting since it's printed into the insole. I love it when they do their designs like this in the insole. But yeah, guys, that's what I have for you today. Just wanted to come through with an early look at the 2025 Shattered Backboards that's set to release August 22nd. Again, this is an early shock drop pair that Nike did on the sneakers app July the 12th. I had this pair for about a week now. Wanted to jump into getting this content out there for you, give you guys a closer look at the quality of the shoe so you can get a good idea on if you actually want to purchase this shoe or just pass it on by. It's a nice shoe. I really like the contrast of the starfish orange against that sail midsole and also slightly sail side panels. Really like that contrast on the shoe. And I think you really can't go wrong with the black toe color blocking. So I would say if you're used to the standard Air Jordan 1 quality, this is what you're going to get with this shoe as well. Maybe slightly better and a greater potential for the break-in of the shoe to give you that quality that you're looking for. And again, this shoe does come in at retail at $190 USD. I think that's like a $10 bump from the normal 180. So I'm guessing the tariffs probably bumped that up an extra $5 to $10 on this shoe. So at that price point, I think you're still pretty good at it. And I also think you probably shouldn't have any issues on release day getting this shoe, because it seems like the sneaker community is somewhat 50-50 on this shoe. So probably shouldn't be too many issues upon release day. But guys, I really do appreciate y'all for coming through for a quick look at this shoe. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button. And also, please feel free to look at my short form content. I have been doing a lot more YouTube shorts on these sneakers versus full reviews. But I try to mix it up a little bit. Just stay tuned to the channel. It's usually stuff I'm uploading on it. Keep you guys entertained. But I appreciate you guys. Until the next time, peace.